Floating is about creating a unique experience for the brain in which it's now confronted for the first time in its existence a lack of sensory input.
I'd say it's the most intimate experience you'll ever have with yourself. It's kind of like going on a date with yourself.
There's no chance you have anywhere else where you're in total silence, total darkness, and you're literally floating.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Hamilton Morris comes here with a video camera when the podcast in its most cluttered state possible. This room is a wreck. I look like I should be on Hoarders in this fucking room. I gotta clean this bitch out. This is ridiculous. Too much traveling, man. Too much traveling.
Yes.
You know how it is. Hamilton Morris.
Hello.
What's up, buddy? Thanks for
here.
coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Hamilton is doing something on isolation tanks. And we're going to check out the Float Lab tomorrow in Venice, where Crash is the mad genius putting together the baddest float tanks in the world. We're going to go check out his stuff and his crazy cellular influence device.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, his idea, this guy Crash's idea, is that in the sensory deprivation environment, with the lack of external stimuli, your brain would be more focused. So
yeah, it sounds like the Lawnmower Man.
It does sound like the Lawnmower Man, you're right. It does. Could you imagine if you took, if you found out that you could develop a course specifically for use inside the isolation tank, like the optimum way to learn things and memorize things and put them to use, and you show that you could make people learn Spanish 10 times quicker or something fucking nutty like that. That would be like the best way to learn ever. We were talking about it earlier. You've only had one sensory
and it was quite a while ago.
So what's your goal? What are you trying to get out of this?
Well, at the very beginning of psychedelic research, there were always these attempts to try and isolate the experience from the environment in some way when they were trying to quantify or qualify the effects of new drugs in the 60s and test them in some kind of unbiased setting. And the two ways they had were sensory deprivation tanks and these Ganzfeld devices. But of the two, it was John Lilly's sensory deprivation tank that turned out to be much more effective, which is why it's still used today.
In your writings, you've explored almost every state of consciousness I could imagine, the various mystical levels of Satori, communication with extraterrestrials, communication with other species. You've established probably a more significant mapping of inner space than almost any other modern person, and I think we all owe a great debt to you for that.
I don't get stuck with those. I've abandoned all of them. It's impossible, because there are infinities within the mind.
Before showing me his personal flotation unit, Joe taught me about California's high-potency medical cannabis.
I like to get fucked up and get in the tank. Every day I turn this on, and this is the filtration system. And inside it, wow. Yeah, it's pretty intense. That's what it looks like when it's circulating the water. It's great for everything, man. It's great for your mind. It's relaxing. It's great for your body. All your muscles just they sort of lengthen out and like unwind because you're floating. It's like a zero gravity atmosphere. It's really the only environment on Earth like this.
Have you tried smoking DMT in it?
No, I've never thought with DMT. Well, this would be great if I did it on a roller coaster. My main thing is eating pot. If you eat enough of it, you'll have really insane visual effects. Like when I close my eyes, I have these weird cartoony characters that sort of dance behind your eyelids, but they're very slippery too. If I was I would go to one of these dispensaries and get myself a cookie.
Okay, cool. I just imagine they're extremely strong. They're always very strong. Feeling both refreshed and alert, I mentally prepared myself to meet Crash, venerated tank engineer and flotation expert, as well as the builder of Joe Rogan's personal tank.
Why not? You guys know about this chemtrail shit, right? No? You do?
No.
Huh?
No.
the spray that's out in the sky everywhere. I don't want to get into all that either. But, very interesting stuff goes on. I study a lot. That's why I got the dark field and things, you know, studying the blood, studying this, studying that. I look into a lot of things, you know, so I can get informed. I'm concerned with my own well-being.
Joe recommended that I eat some kind of a weed brownie before getting into the tanks. He said that that was the best way to experience it. Do you feel that way?
Well, you know, I think that everybody likes to do what they like to do. I mean, I'm going to say, oh, no, you can't do that. I mean, what is that? What am I, your mom? Be your mom? You told you, you know, absolutely do whatever you want. I think that these type of conscious action people that are doing that, I am sick of these. What I like about Joe, this is a big thing to me too, is you know, and it's see, oh, this is the point I was going to make though. The stigma that pertains to this industry has to do with this hippie kind of a person. These are not your grandma's people coming into the float chamber no more. See, Joe's had an influence on the industry in general. The fact is, I believe him to be the single most driving feature in the entire industry.
Crash's Float Lab is outfitted with the most technologically sophisticated flotation systems in the world, in addition to whole body vibration therapy devices and several portraits of Albert Hofmann.
I did a report on Albert Hofmann when I was about yo big. I don't even know if I knew what the fuck I was talking about, but I did a report about how he discovered LSD. You guys do some acid? Done some acid before?
Yes.
Yeah? How do you like that stuff?
I like it a lot.
Yeah? You gotta get the clean stuff, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, get the clean acid. Get it from a reliable source.
All right.
There you go.
Before entering the tank, Crash coached me on how to maximize the benefits of my flotation experience.
The other thing is putting it in your eyes. You don't want to put it in your eyes because it stings a bit. And you can put your hands like this way here, or like that, or however they feel comfortable for you. You ready to go? Yeah. Use some earplugs. They have a little filament in the middle, though.
Yeah, what is the filament?
That's freaky, huh?
Yeah, that is what is making it.
Yeah, that's what makes it freaky, is the filament. See? It goes from freaky to cool all of a sudden, right? That's what I like. Take it from freaky to cool. Thank you. All right, let's get out of here. These guys gotta take a shower. Come on, you guys.
So wait, is this it? And then you'll alert me and then...
Yeah, say, hey,